Ugh. Hello again. Um, it's a new month. It's April. Uh, ugh. I guess the best way to start this out would be to talk about major goals, minor goals. Um, so let's just start from the top. Obviously, we got the typical don't use porn for the 3 days of set. This is the last. Let me fact check. Yes, this is the last month that I'll be doing phase 3, so next month it's going to be going into phase 4, where I have 3 days left and ostensibly I can only use 3 times a day. That's the whole plan. I'm gonna try that and just continue to go like that until, well, I can stay. I can not use for like, I don't know, a couple years at least. Probably more though. Um, Fear video, more of just a reminder than a goal, because I'm gonna make it. It's just I just need a reminder of when to make it, as well as to look through and make more. So make more entries in my little planning book, I guess. Um, this time I put this time, as if it didn't happen last month. I have vacuuming on Monday and Friday since I want to enact that, and technically I have succeeded because I did vacuum today. But in terms of this month, it doesn't count because this month didn't start on a Monday. And while I did vacuum on Monday, that was in March and not in April. So it technically doesn't count, but since I vacuumed on Friday, I'm still eligible for it. It doesn't really matter. And then we have something new. I think at some point I said I only wanted to do 3 goals, but since this is kind of connected to the porn one, I decided to have it here because tracking when I read doesn't really do much for me, and this actually does. Um, I decided since I tried to, well, one, I'm getting a dentist appointment this month, and also I've been trying to have a more consistent teeth brushing schedule so that I don't forget as often, and maybe just incorporate it enough so that I don't forget at all. But I'm brushing my teeth on the exact same days as when I'm not using porn. Replacement. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. Of course, I'm going to have to get something else entirely to replace it with, but that's for after I talk about the minor goals. A lot of the minor goals carried over from last month because, again, I only completed 2. I think. Let me see. Let me see which ones are new. But okay, yeah, pretty much all of them are the same, except for except for one. Since I had 4 goals, there was less room to place minor goals, which I don't really mind. It just meant that I had to have one extra minor goal, which is finish The Witcher Season of Storms, which is the last book in the Witcher series that I have as of now. So, yeah, that's just a minor goal that I'm going to have. And then once I finish that, I'm more than likely going to have a goal of, goodness, the light is making me glow. Um, I'm gonna have the minor goal of finishing the games, so that's just kind of how it's gonna go. Um, Now that we're done with that, I can actually talk about progress on goals. For pornography usage, I was talking about a little earlier, talking about the replacement of brushing teeth, replacing a non-healthy habit with a healthy habit. That's kind of working, but I'm gonna have to search for something a lot bigger to replace my to replace that habit with, because brushing your teeth only take well for me it only takes about like anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is probably on the long end when I'm procrastinating flossing my teeth for some reason or just going really slow. But for the most part, it takes at the very least 2 minutes, especially since you don't. I don't I probably have to do more research, but I don't think you have to floss every time you brush your teeth. You just have to floss like once a day and it should do fine. Requires a little more research, might just be a tad ignorant, but yeah, it really doesn't take much time, which I mean, is kind of a good thing, but at the exact same time, well, let's just say, even on days when I'm allowed to use, I'm getting really fucking bored. Because, yeah, the last two entries for how I was doing is just boredom. I'm very bored, looking for something to do. Boredom intensifies. I was not feeling anything else. I was feeling bored. Which, I mean, I do have plenty of minor goals, but I guess this is sort of unique boredom that doesn't really get cured by playing video games. I guess there's a certain yearning in my soul that not even pornography can fill. This does happen pretty regularly, but I would like to know what the hell causes it so I can at least, like, I don't know, do what I need to in order to make the boredom go away. It would certainly make me a little more productive in what I want to do too. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe the more it happens, I'll figure out what the hell I'm doing. But as of right now, I haven't a damn clue. Vacuuming on Monday and Friday, as I just said. I got it. Wow. I remember last week, not no, yeah, no, it would be last week. Last week failing because of, well, as I put it, a mixture of ignorance and fate. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. I had an opportunity. I procrastinated because I thought, oh, I'll do that and then have this happen. It never worked out. It was it was a stupid plan. Oh well. I fucked up. I'm gonna make sure I don't fuck up again. When I have the opportunity, I gotta get the stuff, specifically chores, done when I can. Um, as of recently, which is mostly just this week and last week a little bit, I've been trying to get my chores done like as soon as I wake up. I'll get breakfast, I don't know, watch a YouTube video or two, and then get up, do chores, either listening to music or in dead silence. Doesn't really matter which, as long as I get them done. I don't really care. Um, but get it done. Once it's done, I can do whatever I want. I think I'm gonna hold myself to that a little more. It makes a lot of sense for since it's turning spring and after spring is summer, and climate change has only made the summers here much worse. So yeah, average of like 110 to 120 is not very encouraging for doing anything, but not much I can do about that. And plus, summer is just far better to work with, in my opinion, than winter is. I work better when I'm sweating than when I feel like my limbs are freezing. That was a mini tangent that didn't need to happen. Um, I guess that's everything in terms of goals. In terms of like minor goals, I guess there is there is kind of an effort to do some of them, but I'm also a little distracted by other things I want to do too that aren't on the list. Now, the easy solution would be do the ones that are on the list, get them off the list, and then put the things that I want to do on the list. And I would say to that, that sounds really smart. Too bad I'm not capable of doing that for some reason. I guess it's more of just like a sort of craving. I just really want to do this, so I do it, which is pretty. Which is exactly why I'm in this scenario right now. Falling to my base urges is the exact reason I have a porn addiction. It's the exact reason that I stopped having a semi frequent and rememberable teeth brushing schedule because at the time, I associated brushing my teeth with flossing, and I had braces. And brushing my teeth was still a pain in the ass. So I didn't brush my teeth because I didn't fucking want to. And that was a base urge that got fulfilled, and now here I am. The same can be said about showers. I felt like it was a waste of time, like it wouldn't do anything for me. And yeah, that's why I'm here now. It's, it really is just following your base urges that just kind of fucks you up a lot. it can be very helpful, like if you're very scared, or in terms of like if you're gonna feel pain and you know you're gonna feel pain, you probably shouldn't continue to feel pain just because. I mean, unless that's a part of something you want to do, then sure. But otherwise, there is plenty of reason to follow like instincts. But in situations like this, following my instincts has done nothing but hurt me. And so it's about time I actually start fighting against it and at the very least reshaping my instincts into something that's more conducive to how I want to live and how I want to exist. So, yeah. It's just especially in a climate where where things seem to be going down and down and down, it's more important than ever to to be able to fight against your base urges and have a high level of discipline. So I'm gonna continue working on that. Ugh. Oh, and I guess in terms of brushing teeth, since I didn't really touch on that, I've been successful so far. Like, but the only day that I've had to actually do it for would be Wednesday. I mean, I brushed my teeth this morning, so I guess that's progress. But I need a lot more time in order to actually log what I'm doing. The same can be said for the porn one, although I can give the fact that my mind has been feeling, not even mind, I guess it'd be better to describe it as my body has been feeling off, like it's in overdrive at the moment. And thus it feels like I must use as much as I can in order to fulfill it, when I know that's not going to do anything because it's an insatiable hunger that will constantly keep going until I die. But I don't know, it feels far more overpowering. Not overpowering enough for me to fail, but certainly overpowering enough for me to feel like I'm going to fail. So, yeah, a bit of a vexing thing to have, but much like other times that I've expressed this, it's gonna pass. Sure, I'm having a bit of a bad time right now, but as I've seen before, it'll pass. Just make it to the next day. That's all you gotta do. And then after that, just make it to the next day after that, and it's really simple. It's not as hard as I think it is in the moment, which is something I need to incorporate more into how I think in the moment, because thinking it now doesn't really do me any good, right? I mean, right now, well, I guess technically it does after what I just said, but um, right, in sort of, I guess, in a future sense and retrospectively, it doesn't do me any good to just say it now. It does me more good to actually think it within the moment. So when that does happen, it's time to start like actually just having a conversation with myself, being like, you don't need it. Wait till the next day. It'll be fine. And again, I guess technically I am doing that because Friday's an off day, and I did just say that it feels like my body's in a bit of overdrive. So I guess technically this is a little bit of coping for me. Uh, but aside from that, not really much is going on. Hence the boredom. I kind of I gotta find something to do, whether it be a hobby or finally taking the leap and going to college or just getting a job. The job one probably not realistic for me, but everything else I do gotta figure out something. Whether it just be research or a new hobby or again going to college. Doing the chores that I have is not adequate enough. It just doesn't use up enough time. And it certainly doesn't use up enough energy, which is definitely a part of the reason why I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping at night. Because I've said it many times, I'm gonna say it again. I don't do shit during the day. Uh, I sometimes do stuff whenever I'm requested, but like I don't actually do super intensive stuff ever at all. I just don't do it. Um, oh, and onto the idea of other coping mechanisms for my little addiction I got going on. I could go for walks with my dogs. I could actually try to start exercising again, which every time I did it, never really lasted very long, but I also didn't have this, so could be way more successful this time. Um, that'd be going back to getting like 5 goals, but I've been doing this pretty gradually, so I don't imagine it's going to be too overwhelming. Especially since one of these goals I've already been trying. I've just not been succeeding very well because it's not here to remind me. It's not here for me to jot down and actually log. So yeah, it's just maybe just make it so I can log it, and then boom, it'll be pretty easy. Um, something like also onto how long I think some of these goals will last. The teeth brushing one will just last until the porn one is done, because at that point I should have my teeth. I should be in a pretty decent wavelength of wavelength. I should be in a pretty decent swing of just remembering to brush my teeth or no, after and before bed, after breakfast and before bed. Jesus, ugh. Um, and then the vacuuming one, since it's just trying to enact it on Monday and Friday, it could last up to 3 months, but I imagine that it'll probably be done either by the end of this month if I do succeed, or by the end of next month, even if I do succeed. 2 months is obviously a lot better for conditioning than just one, but I don't know. It really doesn't seem nearly as tough as a lot of other stuff, especially since I'm already conditioned to do it once a week. What's adding another one? It shouldn't be that tough to incorporate it into my schedule, especially since, boredom is overtaking me. But so far, everything's going alright, and my predictions for how everything's going to go, uh, I know I just said the stuff about porn addiction, my body going overdrive. I think I'll be fine. It's more just on the days that I do it, it feels like I'm a bit out of control, which I really don't like. Um, so really, it's just more of I need to learn to regulate myself better instead of worrying about actually failing, because I don't think I'll fail. I think I got that pretty. I think I got that in an iron grip right now. The teeth brushing thing, that is technically new, and I have been kind of fumbling through it via without the journal. So, I mean, results are to be seen, but so far it's been pretty good. It's very good at reminding me, at least. Um, Even if I don't eat breakfast, I still need to brush my teeth in the morning, or at least at noontime, because if I don't eat breakfast, I'm more likely to at least eat a snack at around noontime or lunchtime, let alone eat lunch. Who could imagine it? Um, but the doing it around bedtime has always been a troublesome errand for me, because I just kind of it's just easier to forget because I don't do it after I eat, because I might want to have a snack or a little bit of dessert. So I wait till after that, do it before bedtime. Since I have a very unpredictable schedule going on right now, that can be very tough, which could be very easy to fix simply by fixing my fucking sleep schedule. But I'm not good enough for that right now, not mentally speaking anyway. So I'm just gonna stick with this, see what I can do. It should do fine, and like I said with the vacuuming, I think it'll go pretty well. I'm already accustomed to doing it once a week. What's adding another one? So I suppose that's really it. I don't really got anything else to talk about. My journey for self improvement is steadily working. I just wish it would go a little bit faster. Uh, Anywho, I'll see myself next time.